Hello, people of the universe. This is your captain speaking, Captain Quirk of the starship Enterprising. I don't know what it is about Michigan that brings out my alternate expressions. Anyway, I just have to mention that there was just so many times today that I was brought to tears. So, personally, I like days that I'm brought to tears. There's just something special about those days. People in your life, just change this a little bit. Alien spaceship, get a photo of it, put it on National Enquirer before it goes away. Oh. Okay, I love days where people just bring me to tears. I've had so many of them in the last 24 hours or so. But, wow. Yesterday, because I know, I can look really old. I can also look really young. It's just, what you're doing in your head and how you're projecting yourself, how you're noticing yourself, and how you're projecting the image of yourself out to the world. So you can be projecting this image of like, yeah, what are we up to? What are we doing here? Let's let's get this ship off the ground or something, and people go, oh, you might be able to get a ship off the ground. Let's see. Or we can be like, what did you just say? I didn't understand you. Am I traveling with someone? Yes. Well, I'm traveling with my stepdaughter. Well, where is she? She's up in the other part. Something about her ticket, and I don't. She has to do something about her ticket. Yeah, I can go with you. And so I'm led just a little ways over to a line, not the line where there are 200 people waiting to get through a line like at Disney World, where you think you're getting closer to the front of the line, then you realize you're going away from the front and then back to the front, then away from the front and then back to the front. And after standing in line with your young children for oftentimes a good portion of an hour, you feel like somehow you've been hoodwinked. But anyway, I look around and there are just like these lines of people, hundreds of people trying to narrow themselves down into just a few people that they have to hand their identification and their boarding pass to. And the person holds it and looks at them and goes, what the hell? Go ahead and get on the plane. You don't look scary. And then the people get on the plane. But why did it, it just should take a glance. Yes, this is that person. Or they might have to like, sir, would you please take your hat off? When you're standing in the x-ray thing that circles around you, probably radiating every aspect of your human physicality, they 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 don't say this, but they should say, and don't smile while we're doing this. Because we know they're just messing with us. I mean, if they wanted some terrorist thing to happen, they'd have it happen. They could pull these things off. They got most of the players who are even playing that kind of stuff. The actors who are like, oh, we're going to shoot the person running for president, you know? Oh, we're not going to give Secret Service to the other person who wants to run for president, because why should we do that? He's got bad karma. His dad got killed. His uncle got killed. I mean, why is the guy? If the guy's stupid enough to run for president, you know, he doesn't need it. He doesn't need security. He needs therapy. And it's the election tomorrow. But people that made me cry today. I think the first one was my friend, client, other lifetime friend. I need to apologize again, because it was me that tipped over the covered wagon that ended up causing her to fall out, and then the covered wagon fell on top of her. And it was just like, it could happen to anybody, but you still feel really bad about it when it happens to someone that you care about so deeply. So anyway, my apologies for that. But to think that I helped her get over that so that today she could loan me a covered wagon, a Honda CRV. Basically has some years on it and some Michigan life. So there's a bit of rust you can spot here and there. And the muffler's just a little bubbly, but not bad. But she just like gives it to me for 2 weeks while I'm here working with the energies. And as I was talking to her, I just realized how much love I have for this human being and have had for lifetimes. And just appreciate someone handing over their little wagon to me, knowing that I'm going to take care of it as I do. But that really touched my heart. The other thing that really got my emotion surfacing was being in the Korean restaurant that I've been going to since I think I've been going to it since 85, 86. Maybe before by myself, maybe a little bit later with my firstborn Claire, and then definitely later with my secondborn Aaron, who was born in Korea, and then as a Korean, you know, in a Korean suit, and then transported across the miles to Detroit Airport, where he became my son. And boy, what a wonderful journey that I've had with that young man, who's now an older young man. But when we would get together, well, you know, in high school, and we'd go out to lunch, and when he was in college, and, you know, we'd just talk about his life, and we'd almost always just go to this Korean restaurant. It was owned by this lovely family that whose son and my son both played hockey together. And yeah, just history. So 30 plus years of history with this one place. And the last time I went there, it was during the early part of COVID, and people were kind of freaking out about everything. And they kind of lost perspective. And they were like, no, no, you can't come in and sit down. You must order online and pick up and not come in. And I was like, wow, it's too bad. It's too bad you're freaking out. And no free kimchi. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good. Um, I can go somewhere else. It's not a problem. But I have such memories there. And anyway, they really surfaced today because I was there and I took a picture of the menu and I took a picture of the outside of the menu and I took a picture of the inside of the Korean dishes and I was sending a text message to my son saying, which one would you order? And so there's like my favorites are bibimbap, um, dokbokum, or spicy chicken, or threw me off when I said dokbokum, hana dual set net, taekwondo classes with my son for, I don't know, 3 years, from the time he was 6 till the time he was 9, with the Olympic bronze medalist in Taekwondo was our teacher, who later on became the Olympic training coach in Taekwondo. We've had some good times, and the other one I couldn't remember for a moment, so I just talked about our Korean Taekwondo instructor, and it's bulgogi, and just, whew, I mean, those 3 meals, I've had all the other ones on occasion and just gone, no, that's just it. So I was thinking about what I was going to get. I finally made a decision. And when my son sends me a text and tells me what he would go with, either the, spicy chicken or the bulgogi. But I took a picture of the bibimbap and sent it to him. And the interesting thing was, this Korean family just loved me because I adopted a Korean son. And I loved them because they just treated him as royalty in their place, as family. And when he was in college, and so here's where the tears come for me. When he was in college, they would serve us our meal. They would bring him an entire side dish called mandu, which is like a fried dumpling that's just delicious. And they bring him a whole tray of mandu plus his meal. And then when we were getting ready to leave, they bring another full meal for him, for you, to go home with to college. I mean, thinking about that and thinking about just how deeply I love that young man and have loved since before he arrived. I just felt his energy and just loved him. And to be texting back and forth while I'm at our favorite restaurant. And for him to be commenting about how good the prices are, because he's in Anaheim, California, and I don't think there's probably any good prices. I mean, they're up there in terms of the cost to get food if you go out. But I was talking with this couple that had come in and sat down and asked them, if they'd been to the restaurant before, and they said just a couple times. And they said, do you have any recommendations? I said, well, of course I do. So I've been coming here for over 30 years. And so I have lots of recommendations. And they both ordered something that I would have had. One ordered bibimbap. The other ordered spicy chicken. Good meals. All right, so enough of food. So I really felt tears of gratitude from my friend who was loaning me her chariot, and for these people that I've just loved for 30 plus years, as I've been eating in their home, which they call Bell's Diner in Ann Arbor. It's a restaurant, but it's their home. You're walking into their home. It's just like, yeah, it's just such honor. There's just so much honor there. And then I had two comments from people about how my words were affecting them. And the comments were just so feeling provoking that I immediately went to tears. And I'm like, okay, I'm just in a really open-hearted place today. But the words would just touch me. Like my words had affected them, and they sent back words that affected me. And this movement of energy between us is powerful and changes the world. And it was one after the other. There was one comment, and I just went, oh my goodness, it just affected me. And I just wrote back like how deeply it affected me and how much I appreciated it. And I go to the next comment, it did the same thing. I was just like, oh my goodness. This is a time of heart opening that is so profound. And you can just let it happen. Like nothing bad's going to happen. The only thing that's going to happen is maybe some energies will come out that were painful in the past. But they can just come out and you can just let them go. And just keep coming into this place of open-heartedness where we're just loving each other. And really not like faking it. Just feeling it. Like, oh, your vibe is working for me. Your vibe is working for me. It's a beautiful thing. I want to talk a little bit about today, and I know it's getting towards the end of the day, here. I'm in the Midwest, but on East Coast time, and I'm guessing it's 8:30 because my phone's still on PTSD time, Pacific time. So I'm figuring it must be 8:30 here. Whew. I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to talk about what's been happening up to this point. So on Monday, October 21st, there's 13 auspicious days of the prophet Pakal Votan, who was the Mayan sage king, time engineer, and their prophet. And he lived from 603 to 683 AD. And he left a lot of information about time and about what we're going to be working with energetically, and just spelled out this whole cycle of events that the people at 13moon.com put together beautifully and just let you know what's going on and what kin are involved. And if you see on this, you see right there the number 9, which means that's the 9th day of that's the 9th of the 13 days, auspicious days of Pakal Votan, and it initiates, that glyph right there means a galactic activation portal opening. And if you notice, there's one there, 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 and there. And it starts with a white world bridger. And it completes, I think it's with a blue eagle. That's from memory. Yeah, completes with a blue spectral eagle. And that completed October 30th, which was last Wednesday. So that cycle of 10 days of galactic portal openings and energy activations through us into the earth. And it activates us. And it activates us on a level of DNA. So it's just opening up our internal energetics, opening them up, opening up our crown. I mean, like, if you can see it, but those are my hairs just standing on end because the energy right now is just so powerful. It's almost like static electricity because there's just so much energy, so much excitement in the air for some of us. And for others, they're like pulling their hair out because they think the world depends on who gets elected into different positions in these elections that are taking place tomorrow. It's kind of the day, the first Tuesday in November. And this year it happens to be the 5th. Now here's another kind of cool thing. Sunday, which was yesterday, when I was traveling from the West Coast to the Midwest, it was a day of a blue lunar storm. And this year, this whole year, from July 26th of 2024 through July 25th of 2025, that's the Mayan year, July to July. And it's a blue storm year. Yesterday was a blue lunar storm day, which was guided by magic. And yesterday was just for me a totally magic day. And then today there is, so always my stepson Malcolm is a blue storm, and his mother Diane is a yellow sun. She's the center of his and my universe. And on the other side of the yellow sun is me, the red dragon. And so it always in the calendar is Malcolm, Diane, Steve. Malcolm, Diane, Steve. Whenever anything's happening, it's initiated with Malcolm, it's brought together by Diane, and it's burst into the earth by Steve. That's where this cycle is. And also, just so you know, March 24th is the 2025 is the last day of this 28-year cleanse, and it completes on a yellow sun day on the 24th, and the new cycle starts the next day with a red dragon download of the new beginning. Obviously you can make this stuff up because Paco Vatan did. But here we are experiencing it. Here we are going like, oh my God, this being in 1997 told me this 28-year cycle was going to complete on March. I calculated, he said March of 2025, but 28 years, he came in on the 23rd. I calculated to the 23rd of March of 2025 from 1997. Turns out it was the 24th of March, according to the Mayans. But then I thought, well, yeah, because the first day of his being here is actually, he arrived, but he'd been here a day on the 24th. So 28 years on the 24th. I accept it. I'll just admit I was off by a day. But today is a yellow electric Sunday. And so, oh, too bad I had the calendar over the microphone. Hopefully something came through. Yellow electric Sunday. Electric is to activate, to bond, and to serve. With the quote, service is love made visible. And really, what a lot of love was made visible in my reality today. And then when we move to the yellow sun, which day this is, the yellow sun is about enlightening, bringing the universal fire and pulsing life into the planet. That's today. One day the sun admitted, I'm just a shadow. I wish I could show you the infinite incandescent that has cast my brilliant image. I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. Hafiz. I think he was a Sufi poet, but man, those are some words. So let's just read Yellow Sun because this is her day. Yellow Sun provokes us to honor the solar life force that sustains our planetary whole. As our local star, the sun is the lens through which we receive radiant emanations of energy information transmitted from the center of the galaxy, Hunab Ku. Let us receive the majesty of this universal fire. Just feel it. I mean, it's coming in. If your hair isn't standing on end, you're suppressing it. No, but it's just like, it's universal fire. Just love it. Let us receive the majesty of this universal fire that may ignite and enlighten our inner sun. Makes me want to cry. I was thinking about my son today. Our internal source of divine light, and he is my children, all 7 of them, are internal sources of divine light. They chose me for a reason, because I just honored them and their journey. I said, just do it. Just do what you came to do. And don't try to please me. Please yourself. Please the universe. And they did. All 7 of them. There's some. You think I got some energy moving. Oh, you should see my children. Okay. Let us receive the majesty of the universal fire that it may ignite and enlighten our inner sun, our internal source of divine light. May we awaken to the precious reality of who we truly are. Let's do it. Let's just set that intention. To awaken to the precious reality of who we truly are. Not this bullshit that I'm a banker, No, we're universal fire. Sparks of the same great fire of life which illuminates eternity. And we are eternal beings. The bodies may only last, what seem like long or short times, but the being pops in and out when the being wants to. That'd be you. Yellow sun signifies both 0 and 20, presenting a union of formless potential and formed wholeness, nothingness and totality. 0 is empty, so that it may hold everything. When we hold to nothing, no prides or fears, we consciously merge with life's totality. By releasing all the layers of personal identification and conditioning, we can rest in the sacred emptiness of our essence, which is pure life. This is a healing field that you're in right now. I mean, I'm just like, whoa. Foregoing the attainment of concepts of enlightenment, we can discover our true nature is enlightened. You're feeling it, aren't you? That's some power right there. Let us release the striving for betterment and accept the awesome actuality that already is. Allow the universal fire to burn away doubt and debate. All questions are answered by the searing truth of that which we've always been. The zero formless consciousness, wholeness. This is from Dogen, 13th century Zen master. To let the self be awakened by all things is enlightenment. By all things. I'm just going to keep going. That is today, and tomorrow in this part of the continent that is referred to as by the Americas. So this is part of that continent that they've divided up into North, Central, and South America, and maybe some other Americas. But this is the northern portion of the continent of America. And tomorrow in the middle of the northern continent, there'll be elections to elect a ruler of some sort. There's a lot of energy and a lot of money at stake in this election. Probably everybody's going to make money on it. The citizens are probably going to possibly lose some money on it, but anyway, they're getting excited. They're putting signs up. They're ready for this thing to happen. They're ready for the big game tomorrow. Hey, who's going to be the next king or queen? And of course, the throat chakra is related to the opening of the throat chakra relates to the release of grief. So tomorrow is related to the throat chakra. It's related to letting go of grief. Grief of this, grief of that, grief of anything, grief of the past. And we still have 5 months of clearing our stuff, so we're energetically ready to just move into this new world that is arriving daily. And tomorrow, Tuesday, November 5th, in the self-existing moon of form, that's month 4, in the 13-month lunar calendar, tomorrow is the red self-existing dragon. Self-existing moon is things coming into form. So tomorrow, the elections will happen. various people will come into form within this government. And of course, new energies will come in to shift the consciousness of those coming into form as elected officials. And so, as the Red Dragon is about birth of new energies into the world, tomorrow, of course, is a Red Dragon Day. What can we do? It's what we signed up for. Birth new energies. Assist the world to change by bringing in the energies that will change the world. That was a really fun little reading talk that I just gave. I'm looking forward to hearing it myself. I'm on fire. I just feel the fire. I just feel ignited. I just feel like every cell of my being is just burning with the golden light of awakening. And I know you're right with me. You're right with me in this. It brings my heart joy. Celebrate life, whatever it is that happens out there. Don't make up so many stories. Let go of your stories that are about limitations, your limitations. Let go of those stories and just realize that you're a divine being bringing light from inside into your world with love, compassion, and curiosity. And then we're on the same page. And we are a team. And I spelled that T-I-A-M because I just didn't like the saying there is no I in team. Because I said, of course there is. Those are all I's. Those are not we's. Those are I's. Playing together in harmony. So I spelled it T-I-A-M so there could be an I in team. So I make up my own reality. I don't know if you noticed that, but I do. But I also go along with realities that others on higher levels help me to make up by suggesting that I might want to let go of that limiting reality and bring in this unlimited reality. And that's what I share with you. And I do this with so much joy right now. And tomorrow's going to be a big day, and I hope we all just have a great time. And I think I'm going to make the healing video for tomorrow and have it kick in at midnight tonight, which will be tomorrow. So it'll be now then. But right now it's now. And it was now before, but it's now, and then it's going to be now then. And so just another now. All right. That was fun. I just had the best time, and I hope it came through the microphone. And may you be well. May you be joyful. And may you continue to change the world. Namaste.